Alright, so we're gonna play The Elder Scrolls Arena. This is the original from 1994. This was on DOS. I'm playing it on DOSBox staging, so I can play the 1.06 version, which is I believe the last patch on the floppy disk version, which has some of the glitches still in it that the CD version ended up fixing. The CD version also has voice acting for some of the characters. So all this is just a summary of the political drama that's been going on in Tamriel. Basically, everybody wants to be the emperor. So, here I start a new game. And this is the story of the game. Essentially, Yeagertharn, our big bad guy, traps the emperor in a different dimension. And we have to go save the emperor. Pretty simple. And Yeagertharn is also posing as the emperor. Rhea Silmain is our guide through the beginning dungeon. Alright, so select, and my lovely wife made a character for us. It's going to be a high elf sorcerer, and his name's going to be Sauron. Funny enough, Sauron is actually a possible name for any NPC, any high elf male NPC in the first two games. So I'm going to pick Somerset Isle here, and yes, we will be a high elf named Sauron. Now, I've never really used sorcerer before in Arena. I've always gone with like warrior. That's just a more interesting place, or my kind of play style for Arena. I never really got much into the magic, so this run should be pretty fun. And so I'm going here and trying to find a decent spread of stats that keep the intelligence and willpower pretty high. But also I want good agility. I'm not too worried about strength. Because if the enemies can't hit me and I have a better chance at hitting them, it shouldn't matter the damage too much. Everything else doesn't matter too much in the early game. I'll probably fast forward here until I get a good one. Alright, so here is the one I decided to go with. I've got a decently high willpower, so that should give us good starting magic defense. And I think I'm able to get agility, to get my plus hit, or my 2 hit to +2. And then I just pump the rest of it into intelligence for those spell points. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use that just yet because there are no magic enemies yet. Not in the starting dungeon. And now we get to pick our head. Very limited customization in this game. It's just a couple pre-made heads, which is okay. Alright, here's Rhea Silmain. She basically tells us how to get out of our cell in the beginning, and also where to go once we get out of our cell. So definitely listen to what she's saying, read what she's saying, because it'll help you. Alright, so now that we're done, let's start out with the cell. There's this ruby key here. We're gonna pick up that ruby key, and we will drop a... Oh, well, let's equip the dagger first. And then we'll drop a save, because there's no telling what these goblins are going to do with our character. Well, I've had a couple deaths. Those goblins were messing me up. So, this is the run that gets me through the dungeon. And it's not a long dungeon. It's it can be kind of rough though. I get really lucky here with a longsword, and that's really what gets me through the dungeon here. Just to be able to do more damage. These goblins right here messed me up. I think 4 or 5 times. Ended the run. So, got those guys out. Noticed I had a good amount of health. Got a little excited. Killed another goblin, and trying to remember the path. With those rats, and we head west, and then we hit the door. Kind of a short dungeon, and the cost of a shield. This message only pops up for anti-piracy. It does not show up in the CD version, and of course the cost of shield, the magic, is $250. And we gain a level. Level 2. Sauron is now level 2. And because we're a sorcerer, dumping it all into intelligence. Nice. And now to find an inn, so we can get our next dream from Rhea Silmain about our main quest. And once we get the main quest, that'll be it for this video. I'll likely need to do some a little bit of grinding, a little bit of farming for levels, and some gear, because my character has basically nothing. I ran right through that dungeon, and Fanglair, or the dungeon before Fanglair, is not exactly easy at low levels and with no gear. There's some wolves in there that will mess you up fast. So, gotta make the Staff of Chaos, and there's one piece in every region. And that'll help us save the Emperor. And the first piece is located in Fang Lair. So basically we'll go around and ask the town folk, do you know where Fang Lair is? And they'll lead us eventually to Fang Lair. Sure it's 8 in the morning. Maximize the time for the day. And here I forget you can't save games inside of inns or buildings. And that is where we start the main quest, and that's the end of this video.